Hello, everyone. Welcome to our live stream today. I'm going to be getting started here in a moment. For those of you joining me live, go ahead and say hi in the chat. If you're watching the replay, type hashtag replay so I can see all of the people who are joining me here today. Today, I'm talking about the latest Instagram updates. The head of Instagram threw us a bit of a curveball last week. Adam Mosseri talked about how Instagram is no longer a photo sharing app. And so today I'm going to talk about what that means for business owners specifically. So just for a bit of an introduction as well, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Andrea Jones at OnlineDrea. I'm a social media strategist. I run an agency. We have 15 team members, 25 clients. We manage all of the pieces of their social media. So we see a lot, and Instagram tends to be our main platform. To bring y'all up to speed, and I have my notes I'm looking down at. Adam Mosseri, the head of Instagram, made a video, it was about 2.5 minutes long last week, June 30th, talking about how Instagram is no longer a photo sharing app, okay? Instagram is no longer just a photo sharing app, which kind of shook us a little bit. He also made a few other important notes in that video that I'm going to go through right now. So the first thing is that they're shifting away from institutions towards individuals. So what that means is Instagram wants to reward people who are individuals. They don't want to have a collective, a business. They want a person, an individual. So as a business owner, if you have a personality brand, now is the time to lean into that. If you don't have a personality brand, create a personality around your brand, so that people feel like they're connected to it. And we see this all the time in traditional marketing, where celebrities, influencers, people like that will come on board and be the face of the company. So essentially, what Instagram is saying is that they want people to be the face of the company. So that's the first area that Adam Mosseri, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, said in the video. The second thing is he talked about video being key. This is not new information, and I'll talk more about this in our live stream today, but they really are emphasizing driving growth through video on Instagram as a platform. The other thing, two things he mentioned are that Instagram shopping is going to be a larger part of the in-app experience. So when we think about how habits have changed over the pandemic, a lot of people are shopping through their social apps. So Instagram is making those changes. And then he also identified that direct messaging is going to be a huge priority. So moving away from things like the Instagram feed and the stories and focusing in on direct messaging. So let's talk about what this means for business owners specifically. And I'd love to know in the chat, have you explored video yet on Instagram? Specifically Instagram Reels. Yes or no in the chat. Let me know if you've created an Instagram Reel, even a video story or an IGTV as a business owner. I kind of want to get a pulse point for those of you joining live and watching the replay as well, because the video is going to be huge for the Instagram app. In fact, in the video, he specifically mentions TikTok and YouTube being competitors and leaning into embracing those trends. So if you haven't started video yet, now is the time. Okay, if you haven't started video yet, now is the time. Alyssa says yes on YouTube. I see that. Yes. I see a few no's. I see someone say yes to Reels and IGTV, which is awesome. Someone says mentally trying to make the shift for video. Okay, I want to talk about this as well in a minute because it is a mental hurdle, especially as business owners. But with Instagram kind of making this announcement that they see TikTok and they see YouTube as a direct competitor for them, this is a massive opportunity for business owners to start getting into video. And there's two perks to this as business owners. The main thing is that as a business owner, we will now have the capacity for more people to find us. So in this update, Adam specifically talks about recommendations. And the biggest thing about TikTok is that when you first open the app, it starts playing videos for you without you having to press anything. Okay, which when I first logged on, I was like, this is a lot of information. But ultimately, as a business owner, this means people who don't know you, they don't know your business, they don't know what you're all about, could potentially see content from you. which is a little bit different than how things currently are, right? You have to follow someone or go to their page to see their content on Instagram. You may have already started noticing in your Instagram feed, Instagram is showing you Instagram reels and stories from people you do not follow. So, as a business owner, this is a great opportunity to get in front of more people. So, that's the first upcoming change that's really going to impact the feed and how things work there. The second thing is that Instagram is starting to ask users to identify what topics they're interested in. So users can select, I'm interested in skincare. I'm interested in life coaching. I'm interested in business building. And so as a business owner, if your profile is aligned with those topics, again, you could potentially see massive exposure to people who are not following you, which is huge. This is massive for business owners. Okay. So I want to talk a little bit more about these changes because one of the things I'm seeing online is this fear to change. And I can already see it in the chat. I see some people saying mentally not wanting to make the shift to video because they're feeling a little bit timid. And I see some people saying, I haven't really gone there yet. And so I want to talk about, as a business owner, this importance of change. Now, based on the video that Adam released, these changes aren't going to be happening immediately. It looks like there's going to be a 6 to 12 month transition into Instagram becoming more of an entertainment app and less of a photo sharing app. Okay, so you've got 6 to 12 months to adapt. Photos aren't going away completely. Okay, they will still be there. There'll still be a photo sharing element, but simply having photos is not going to be enough for Instagram. And I see people online complaining about this. I see a lot of negativity around this. And I want to challenge you to shift your thinking into the opportunity of growing and shifting. Think about the amount of changes that have happened globally in the past 18 months. Since March 2020, a lot of us have had to shift the way that we're doing business. We had to shift the way that we're connecting with our clients and customers. We had to shift the way that we show up online. And this is another shift that I encourage you to think about. Okay. We are moving more towards video, but also with these changes, what I'm hearing, the underlying current here is that Instagram doesn't want to be so promotional. They want to entertain people. Okay. So what I'm seeing is, as business owners, instead of promoting our offers, we've got to shift towards sharing thoughts and entertaining our audience. Okay. So what this means is becoming adaptable as a business owner, creating that video content. And some of the things that we're doing inside of my program, the Savvy Social School, we already had this planned for August 2021, is we are doing a video confidence challenge. Those of you in the school, you already got access, okay? You already are signed up for this. If you're not signed up, you can definitely join us over at SavvySocialSchool.com, where we're going to be talking about how to show up on video as a business owner. And I promise you, you don't have to show your face. I know some of you in the audience right now are like, I don't want to be on camera. There are ways you can create video content pieces without showing your face on camera. Okay, you do not have to pick up your phone and, vlog and talk face to camera. There are lots of ways you can create dynamic video content pieces without doing that. For some of us, that's really easy. Like for me, for instance, I'd much rather pick up my camera and talk versus writing all of this out. The important thing here is that we have to adapt as business owners. If you are unwilling to adapt at this stage, you are really missing out on a lot of opportunity. Okay? You're missing out on a lot of opportunity. So I'm sorry, business owners, those of you who haven't done video yet, we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to put ourselves out there. The other thing with this power of video, or the second thing that I want to talk about today, is the power of video. So I talked about the adaption, the potential for change, but there is an incredible power to connect with your audience through video that's really quite remarkable as business owners. So in his announcement, Adam mentioned that they're going to embrace video more broadly on Instagram, full screen, entertaining, mobile first video. Okay. What this means as a business owner is that it looks like in the next 6 to 12 months, as Instagram is making this transition, we will have more in-app editing features to create this content on the go. So as a business owner, this doesn't necessarily mean you need to start learning all these fancy tools. You don't need to download something like Adobe Premiere or After Effects or anything like that. The in-app features look like they're going to be improving over the next 6 to 12 months. If you haven't started using video yet, start using it now, okay? Start using the in-app features now because, as I mentioned earlier, you will be rewarded for it in the feed. More people will discover you. And we're already seeing this in the agency side of my business with the clients that we're working on right now. Incorporating just one video a week drastically increases your reach and results on Instagram. It can be an Instagram Reel, it can be an IGTV, it can be a video in the feed. But incorporating one video per week increases reach, it increases impressions, it increases engagement on your other posts. So we're already seeing the impact of video in the feed. So again, if you're not doing video, do it now. Okay, do it now. So I talked about the importance of change as business owners. I talked about the power of video. I want to talk about the power of discoverability. So for those of you who have been following me for a while, you'll know that on the Savvy Social podcast, every single year, I do a predictions episode. And if you haven't listened to the 2021 predictions episode, go listen to it because I predicted that this was going to happen. So if y'all are paying attention, you have already made these changes. But ultimately, social media is going back to the power of discoverability. If you remember the internet as it was conceptioned, birthed, the power of the internet was discovering amazing things. Okay, discovering amazing things. So if we're going back to its roots, a lot of the social platforms are going to help its users discover more interesting content. And we see the impact of this with the rise of platforms like TikTok. The reason that TikTok is so popular, one of the reasons is that it helps you discover content you would have never discovered before. So as a business owner, this is super important to tap into. Imagine your client scrolling through social media, seeing your offer, your post, your thought leadership, falling in love with you and your brand, and becoming a follower, customer, or client because of a social media post that they stumbled upon. That's the power of this discoverability when we're talking about social media. So when we think about this in relation to the other areas of our business, what's going to be very important with these changes is to have a fully fleshed out social media sales funnel. Okay, a social media sales funnel. Now, if you're like, what is a sales funnel, Andrea? I don't understand. I want you to search Savvy Social Podcast Sales Funnel in Google. So just go to Google, type in Savvy Social Podcast, and type in sales funnel. I have a full podcast episode on how to build out a sales funnel. And with that episode, there's an option to sign up for a workshop as well, a free workshop to learn more about it. But ultimately, as business owners, you have to have a social media sales funnel in order for these changes that are happening on Instagram to make sense for you. So let me break this down even further. If you're thinking about someone discovering your Instagram Reel, so I'm talking about the latest changes. Instagram is trying to be TikTok. They're trying to be YouTube, right? And they're leaning more on video. If you're creating videos and someone finds your video, you have to ask yourself, what is going to happen next? And if you cannot answer those questions, you need to flesh out your social media sales funnel. If someone finds a video, what's the next step that they need to take? Do they go visit your website? Do they sign up for a lead magnet? Do they grab a coupon code? What is their very next step? And if you have that clearly defined, these changes will 100% benefit you. If you don't have that defined and you start creating video content and start leaning into these new changes that are happening on Instagram, but you don't have the sales funnel, you're not going to see the impacts of more people discovering you. Okay, so while this power of discovery is great, I want to emphasize you need to have a social media sales funnel. So again, search on Google Savvy Social Podcast Sales Funnel, and you'll find all of the free information you could possibly want about building out your own sales funnels. Okay. All right, the last thing I want to talk about today is a question I've seen a lot of people ask, which is Instagram dying? Is Instagram dying? Is it going to be no longer? What do you think? Is Instagram dying? Yes or no? Those of you who are watching the live stream on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube can see that my dog has gone on his throne. Gibson has arrived today. On Instagram, sorry, y'all didn't see that. The phone angle isn't quite where it should be. But what do you think? Is Instagram dying? Yes or no? I'd love to know in the chat. I think when we think about the changes that Instagram is making, they are trying to mimic other apps. When we think about stories was a reaction to Snapchat. When we think about IGTV was a reaction to YouTube. When we think about Instagram Reels was a reaction to TikTok. Okay, so Instagram seems like it's trying to play catch up, seems like it's being the copycat app. But what I'm seeing in the chat is a lot of y'all do not think Instagram is dying. Rachel on Instagram says, no, I don't think so. Nichelle says, nope. Oddly Astute says no. Yeah, Instagram, a lot of y'all think Instagram is going and not dying. Yes. Okay. Romance Deliverer, cute dog. Yes, there's Gibson. Yeah, no, it's not dying, but YouTube is their competitor. Yeah. Jody says, no, I don't think it's dying. Katie says, Instagram is working hard to stay relevant. And they're reinventing themselves. So when we think about Instagram reinventing themselves, and a lot of you agree, Instagram isn't dying, right? How can we then as business owners make sure we are reinventing ourselves as well? So if we think Instagram can switch to not being a photo sharing app, if we agree that Instagram isn't dying and that these changes are helping them stay relevant, how can we as business owners also stay relevant? And the key is the power of video. If you're not doing video yet, you need to be doing video. Okay, so if you're not doing video yet, you need to be doing video. Now, I'm going to open it up for Q&A. Specific questions from business owners like yourself, those of you watching on Instagram, those of you watching on YouTube and Facebook, LinkedIn and Twitter. I want to know from you, what are your burning questions about this latest announcement about Instagram no longer becoming a photo app? What it became known for, no longer becoming a thing. We'll spend the next 10 minutes or so going through questions. Now, before I dive into questions, I do also want to note that I've got a free resource for you. It's an Instagram mindset guide. You can find it by going to OnlineDrea.com, Instagram-mindset. You can grab that free guide. And the reason that I want to make this a resource for you is because Instagram changes so much. And as business owners, we have so much on our plates. We have so much on our minds. We have so many things to do that it can feel overwhelming. It can feel very overwhelming. And so when we think about this as business owners, we want to be able to tackle these challenges and also overcome them. Okay, so we don't want to be stuck. We don't want to also be overwhelmed. So this mindset guide is a free resource that I put together from my 7+ years of managing social media, my almost 15 years of being online. It's very challenging to be a business owner in these times. So Oddly Astute's asking for the link. The link is onlinedrea.com/Instagram-mindset. Let me see if I can, I don't think I can pop it in the chat on Instagram, sorry. You can head on over to the link in my bio and you'll grab it there. I'll DM me and I can send it to you after. All right, so let's open it up for Q&A. I have a question here from Romance Deliverer. This question is coming in from YouTube. I've always had difficulty attaching myself to Instagram. What type of video will work best moving forward? Reels are not a good fit for your business. Okay, so when we're thinking about the types of videos that work best, and maybe you can give me a little sample of what you do as well. I'm going to guess like a romance writer. But when we think about the types of video that we can create, you don't necessarily have to have your face to camera. So I'll give you a few ideas. I follow a product-based business that literally took their camera and filmed the process of packaging their products to ship to customers. Okay, that's an example of a video. She didn't have to show her face. She didn't have to even talk in the video. There was sound in the background, and it was just clips of her packing her boxes. That's one example of video. Another way that you can use video without showing your face, or if you are your business, is to use a graphic, like an animation. So head on over to canva.com. Y'all know I love Canva. Canva is actually keeping up with these changes as well, and they have tons of animated GIFs that you can create video content with. So if you're looking to create an Instagram reel, or if you're looking to create even a regular feed post on Instagram, you can use a GIF and you can use a static like text to create video. So Romance Deliverer is in events and marketing. So you can create a video that shows maybe an event space. Okay, so what is an event space? You can create a video that shows the process of planning events. How do you plan events? You can create a video that talks about promotional materials. Should we have pens? Should we have cards? So there's lots of different ways that you can create video content without you necessarily having to be in it. You can use text, and you can use either static images in a slideshow, or you can just take your phone and film what's around you and create video content that way. Okay, yes. Bridget from LinkedIn, I agree. Canva is awesome. All right, I've got a question here on Instagram. Jody asks, do you think that this shift will affect business service providers negatively, even if we are or plan to be active on video? Jody, no, I don't think it will affect service providers negatively. I think as service providers, and Jody, I'm not sure what you do. I don't think I can see it. So if you pop in the chat exactly what service you offer, I can give you specific advice. But when we think about the value of video, so from a perspective of connecting with our potential clients and customers, if we're a service provider, typically they're communicating with us quite a lot. And so for us to be able to create video content really helps them connect with us way more. They feel like they know, like, and trust us before they even sign up for our services. So that's one of the perks and one of the best ways to think about shifting to video as a service provider. I think it will help you more than it will ever hurt you. The other thing with service providers, if you provide this as a service for your clients, so if you're a social media manager, or if you are a virtual assistant and you're assisting your clients with video, you can potentially expand your offerings to provide more services for them. So you could either partner up with a video editor or learn some video editing skills yourselves and be able to upsell and offer more services to your clients. So I see this as a huge upside for service providers and business owners who do the same thing. An example in our agency is that we recently, or in the past year, really, a year and a half, we added video editing services to our suite of services. We almost doubled our monthly retainer amount for clients. So when we're thinking about the amount of value we're bringing in, we're able to help them on a deeper level and provide more services for them that they're happy to have, right? That they're happy to have. Awesome. Great questions. Okay. We've got a question here from YouTube. The question, I feel like this isn't a plant, y'all, but where in the Savvy Social School can we learn more about GIFs and animations? We have the Video Savvy course, which is 90% done. We're adding in a few more trainings now, but in that course, there is a tutorial on how to create a GIF and how to add animations using Canva. And then we also have our Visually Savvy course, the Canva course, which can teach you how to create that as well. So that is in our program in the Savvy Social School. All right, I'm going to be hanging out here for 1 or 2 more moments. Go ahead and ask your questions. I'm live now on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and on Facebook. All right, I've got a question here. Do you think Instagram is going through an identity crisis? What sets them apart? Yes, so Instagram does feel a little bit like the copycat app currently. I think that this is just the evolution of trying to appeal to the masses, okay? So Instagram is playing a little bit of catch up. They are trying to be all of the things, and I do think potentially this could be helpful for them in the short term, but potentially damaging to them in the long term. Who's to say? Ultimately, as business owners, we're here, we're now, and we want to take advantage of reaching as many people as possible. And this is where the social media sales funnel comes into play. So if y'all Google Savvy Social Podcast sales funnel, you will find a podcast episode all about social media sales funnels and why having a sales funnel is vital to the growth of your business, because we cannot always rely on that Instagram will be here forever. Okay? Probably won't, right? We can't rely on Instagram being here forever. So we need that sales funnel to be able to help people take that next step with us as business owners, actually pay us for the things that we do. Oh, thank you so much for joining me for the first time. 2 newbies here on YouTube. Thank you, thank you. And with that, I'm going to wrap up our session today. So thank you so much for joining me live today. Hopefully this helps you understand the value of making these transitions alongside Instagram. You should be posting video. I challenge you to try with 1 video a week. We're doing that with many of our clients on the agency side of the business. And in the Savvy Social School, our training program for business owners, we're doing a video confidence challenge next month. So if you're hesitant about being on video, join us in the Savvy Social School, where we are going to be diving deeper into this concept, helping you develop video strategies that work for you. Okay, not just some copy and paste strategy that anyone can use. We're going to help you identify the strategies that work for you and your business. Okay, fantastic. Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you later. Bye.